Overthinking, it's the quiet storm inside your mind, the endless loop, the what-ifs, the maybes, the should-haves. It doesn't scream, it whispers. At 2 a.m., when the world is silent, when you're staring at the ceiling, replaying conversations that ended years ago. You don't notice it at first, but slowly, it steals your peace, your confidence, your joy. This is the dark side of overthinking. We've all been there. The moment after you send a text and then wonder if you said too much. The silence after a job interview, convinced you ruined everything. The endless replay of words, faces, and scenarios, like your brain refuses to let go. Overthinking feels harmless, like a mental scratch you can't stop itching. But the truth, it's not just thinking too much. It's a slow erosion of your mental health, your relationship, your dreams. Today, we'll walk into the shadows together. We'll explore the psychology behind overthinking, the stories that show its cost, and most importantly, the path to breaking free. Segment 1, the silent prison. Imagine a prisoner locked inside a cell. The bars aren't made of steel, they're made of thoughts. And the key, it's in the prisoner's own pocket, but they don't believe they can use it. That's overthinking. It convinces you that replaying, reanalyzing, reimagining will somehow bring safety. That if you think long enough, you'll find certainty. But certainty never comes. In psychology, it's called rumination. A cycle where the brain keeps returning to the same thought, hoping for resolution. But instead of solving the problem, the loop grows tighter. Your cortisol levels rise. Your body goes into stress mode, even when you're just sitting still. And what's cruel? The more you overthink, the more paralyzed you become. You don't act. You don't move. You don't live. You sit in the cell, holding the key, but too afraid to open the door. Segment 2, a story we know too well. Let me tell you about Sarah. She's fictional, but in truth, she's all of us. Sarah gets invited to a party. She walks in, smiles, says hello. Later that night, she lies in bed replaying every single word she spoke. Did I sound stupid? Did they laugh at me or with me? Did I say the wrong thing? The next morning, she replays it again. At work, she replays it again. At lunch, she replays it again. A single night turns into weeks of self-criticism. And when the next invitation comes, Sarah says no. Not because she doesn't want to go, but because overthinking convinced her she doesn't belong. This is how overthinking steals life. Not in big dramatic moments, but in the small, invisible cuts that pile up over time. Segment 3, the science of a spinning mind. Here's the truth most people don't know. Overthinking is addictive. Every thought releases a small surge of dopamine, the brain's way of rewarding problem solving. But overthinking tricks the brain. It convinces you that worrying is the same as solving. So your brain rewards the cycle, even though you're drowning in it. Studies show overthinking can shrink the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory and learning. It can lead to anxiety disorders, depression, even physical health problems. Think about that. Your thoughts aren't just in your head. They can change your brain. They can change your body. And that's the dark side. Because the very thing you think protects you may actually be the thing destroying you. Segment 4. The metaphor of the river. Picture this. Your thoughts are a river. When the water flows, it nourishes life. But when it floods, it destroys everything in its path. Overthinking is the flood. Too much water, too much energy, too much force. You can't stop the river. You can't control every drop. But you can learn to build banks, boundaries, guides for where your thoughts should and shouldn't go. This is the practice of mindfulness. Not silencing thoughts, but noticing them. Letting them pass, like water down the stream. Because sometimes, the most powerful act is not to control, but to release. Segment 5. The cost of living in the mind. Overthinking doesn't just hurt you. It hurts the people you love. How many arguments are born not from what happened, but from what we imagined? How many relationships end not from betrayal, but from fear of betrayal? Overthinking convinces you to build walls. Walls made of suspicion. Walls of what if. Walls of I don't deserve this. It's like trying to love someone while holding your breath. You suffocate yourself, and the relationship too. And here's the cruel irony. Most of the things we overthink never even happen. But in our minds, we live them 1,000 times, as if suffering once wasn't enough. We make ourselves suffer again and again. Segment 6. The moment of realization. Now, pause for a moment. Think of the last thing you couldn't stop replaying. A mistake, a choice, a conversation. Did the overthinking change the past? Did it protect the future? Or did it just steal the present moment, the only moment you truly had? The truth is simple but hard. Overthinking doesn't protect you, it punishes you. And the first step to freedom is realizing you don't deserve punishment. Segment 7. How to break the loop. So how do we stop? Not by fighting thoughts. That only feeds them. But by creating space, awareness. Catch yourself in the loop. Name it. This is overthinking. Breath. Anchor in the present. A deep inhale is often more powerful than 100 thoughts. Action. Small steps. Send the message. Take the walk. Say yes. Overthinking thrives in stillness, in hesitation, in delay. The moment you act, the loop begins to break, and slowly, you start to trust yourself again. Segment 8. Cinematic reflection. Imagine your life as a film, every scene precious, every second fragile. Now imagine pressing pause on that film and never pressing play again. That's what overthinking does. It pauses your life. And while you're stuck analyzing the last scene, the rest of your story keeps moving without you. The question is, will you keep watching the same moment on repeat? Or will you press play? A human promise. You are not your thoughts. You are not the mistakes replayed in your head. You are not the what-ifs and should-haves that haunt you at night. You are the awareness behind them. The consciousness that sees the storm and can choose not to drown in it. The dark side of overthinking is real. It's heavy. It's painful. But it is not unbreakable. And when you step out of the loop, you don't just get your peace back. You get your life back. If this message spoke to you, and if you're ready to build a mind so strong that nothing and nobody can ever hurt you again, Then click on the video appearing right now. It's waiting for you. Because your freedom doesn't start tomorrow. It starts today.